So, black Americans are voting Democrat at a rate of 90%.
Yes.
And despite that, 38% of black children are living in poverty.
Yes.
73% of black mothers are single mothers.
Yes.
40% of government assistance cases are black Americans.
Yes.
Do you think that the Democratic Party is serving black Americans well?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You agree?
And you have to remember that it was the Republican Party that started. In the beginning, black people was for the Republicans.
What did I tell you? That's what I'm talking about. Real black people know what's going on. Let's get into the craziness. The realness is coming out, people. The realness is coming out. Let's do it.
Yeah. Here we go, I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Yeah. Here we go, I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer.
Woo! Ski love, ladies and gentlemen, when it's cracking, this is TJ Quake, yo, gamer. And yes, once again, we are back again, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, yeah, I've been out for about a week or so because I've been having to take care of some other crazy stuff. I had a lot of shows coming up and so forth, so I got real busy. But I'm still doing what we do, and I got videos coming your way because things are starting to get crazy in the country with political flow. Oh, guess who's fired? Rachel Zegler from Snow White. But we'll get into that on another video. Anyway, you guys, what we are witnessing right now, okay, what are you guys, okay, are you guys here with me? Are you guys with me? Come get a little closer. Wait. I got to get close. I got to get closer to you guys. What we are witnessing right now is black people finally waking up and smelling the coffee. Yes, they're waking up, ladies and gentlemen. They're waking up and they know what's going on. The old folks actually know what was really going on back in the day. And we're about to get a nice little history lesson. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get a little history lesson from some old school cats. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is in Harlem. You're about to go, we're going to the epicenter of blackness, okay? This is where a lot of shiz went down, a lot of history. It's right here in the good old Harlem over here. And we got some older sisters here who are going to tell you like it is. These women here need to be applauded. And you guys are about to see that live right here on some segments from the Walkaway movement. Our boy over here from the Walkaway movement has been going around Harlem here lately, and he's been just, telling people what's the deal. Walk away meaning walk away from the Democratic plantation, the Democratic Party that has been holding us all back, that has been literally destroying our country as we speak. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on in New York, what's going on in Chicago with all the migrants, the illegal migrants who are rushing our border as we speak. Oh yes, I'm sure you guys have been watching the news here. If you're watching Fox, they're showing it. Maybe on these leftist news channels, no. They won't show you the real deal. But places like us, us YouTubers, we'll show you the real deal. Because, see, we want the people to know what's going on, unlike your good old President Biden and his administration of knuckleheads. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. But what we're going to get into is a topic that we've all been talking about for some time now. Did the Democrats actually switch with the Republicans? Did they do this? Was there this big switch? And now all of a sudden, all the racist flipnecks who were a part of the Democratic Party, who were part of the KKK, who were part of Jim Crow, who were part of the freaking Civil War that we had to fight against to keep them from keeping black people in slavery. Oh yeah. Well, a lot of people they forget about that part about the Democratic Party. And then the ones that do remember, they all of a sudden want to say, no, there was a switch. They switched. Well, no, they didn't, ladies and gentlemen. Like I've always been saying, they changed their stripes. They changed their stripes. Or, no, I'm sorry. Did I say stripes? No, they changed their technique, their the way they go about doing things. The stripes are still there, but the way they handle stuff, whole nother level now. A level of corruption and demonic evil, in my personal opinion, and everything. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, because they've been fooling all you people out there, all you minorities out there, all you people that think the Democratic Party's on your side, Black Power, right? BLM, right? No. No, they're using you and your oppression of feel, okay, the feel of being you're oppressed all the time, your sensitivity towards racism from the past. They're using that against you. They want you guys to think that they're for you, so you'll vote for them. That's what they're doing. And that's the reason why they got all these migrants coming over the daggum border all freely-neely, because Biden didn't want voters. They're going to replace you, like they've been doing to the people over in New York and Chicago and so forth. They're going to replace you, and they're going to replace you with these illegals. Oh, you guys haven't been seeing this? Oh, people are complaining now. Oh, they whining and huffing. How can they do this to us? We're the real constituents. They're giving all of our things to these illegals. What about us? Yeah. You guys are the same people that were up there crying and boo-hooing about Trump back in the day, saying he was a racist for wanting to build a wall. And now you got Ann Cutler out there actually telling people, and I have to say this, Ann Cutler, that blonde hair, blue-eyed, ringy nuthead and everything, who we thought was once a Trump supporter, was down for the cause. Now she's turning her back on Trump and saying Trump's this, and that. There's no way he can win, and all these things. And you're finding out more and more, the more she talks, the more it is that it's a personal thing with her. And she's calling us all, cultists and shiz. When she was one of us. She was one of the cultists at one time. She had the nerve to literally say that Trump didn't want to build the wall. He never really wanted to build. He didn't build the wall. He didn't keep his promise.
So the only one I really trust to build a wall is DeSantis.
So not Trump. So of all the people, you're saying that Trump wouldn't be the most likely person to build the freaking wall?
He had 4 years.
Yeah,
he had a Republican House and a Senate. No, he does not give two shits about
I'm about to defend Trump right now.
Oh my
Don't
God,
you think he actually wanted to build the wall?
No, he was.
Why would he lie about the wall?
Didn't they start
because it
building?
got him the presidency.
So you don't think he actually genuinely in his bones wants to build the wall? Genuinely?
I don't know, something that you easily could have done at any point I'll even give you year 2 or 3 and 4. And by the way, he didn't need Congress. But if you have it in your head that you need Congress,
what the hell do you call that on the border right now, Ann? That big ass daggone wall that he's got up there on the wall, the border, that he had to fight nail and tooth for. He had to fight nail and tooth to get done, and he was only able to get half of the wall done because the Democrats came in there and pushed him out of the office and didn't want to complete it. Oh, that's right, your boy Biden. Now everybody's complaining about how the border is being erupted. Well, this is because of your Democrats. These guys that keep calling everybody else racist. Well, we got some women right now that are about to set the story straight. And I'm going to let you see this firsthand. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to go into a little bit into it. But once again, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TJ Quake's Ghetto Gaming Flavor. That's right. I am your host, TJ Quake. And I'm glad you guys are coming aboard. If you guys like what you see, if you like what you feel, you like what I'm throwing your way, the truth. That's right, the truth. If you like that shiz, then go ahead and subscribe, follow a brother, follow the channel, because we would love to have you here. We love you discussing stuff down in the comments, whether you hate me or not. Go ahead, throw it up in there. It's all good. I come back and I always combat back with you. That's how I do right here, TJ Quake's Ghetto Gaming. So let's do this, you guys. Blaze this one on up here with these women. Let's do it.
Yes. Under Johnson.
When he signed
right.
the welfare bill.
The New Deal.
Yes, the New Deal. Yeah. Thank you.
I know my history.
Thank you. I don't.
What is your name?
Alberta Frederick. Black people voted Republican. In fact, they was the ones who, when Lincoln was in office, black people was all in that office until Woodrow Wilson, the Democrat, took him out. The racist that he was, he took him out, left one, and he had to share the party that he was in, share whatever office that he is in with a Democrat white person. That was Woodrow Wilson who did that. And then the ones that was Democrats and they were black, they were the slave owners, because almost 4,000 blacks were slave owners, and they treated the blacks treated their slaves worse than the white man. And at the
Just think about what she just said there, ladies and gentlemen. There were thousands of blacks. I was telling you guys this before. There was thousands of black people at the time during slavery who owned blacks as slaves. These were freed black men. And they owned slaves. Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys didn't think this. Oh, I know blacks out there are probably not wanting to hear this. They're probably going, oh, no, this can't be. No, not our own people. Why can't it be? Our own people shoot each other every day in the streets. Why not that? It's like, why not that? We jack each other up on a 24 basis. So why not that? Oh, yeah, this lady's spitting knowledge, you guys. So pay real attention, close attention to this lady because she's coming out with real mega bombs. Go on, girl. Give them some more of your mega.
At the same time, not only was the white man 10% of the white population that was slave owners, the one that was pushing up right behind them with the most slaves was the Cherokee Indians. Okay, that's my family. And then the third ones was the black Americans that was.
And it wasn't just the Cherokee Indians. Oh, it was the Creek Indians too. Yeah, on my grandfather's side. My grandfather is half Creek Indian and everything. Oh yeah, spoke the native language and all that and so forth. You want to know the one thing that wasn't told? He didn't tell his kids. Is that the Creek Indians, the reason why he's partially Creek Indian is because the Creek Indians owned slaves back in that day. Matter of fact, if you guys really want to know the truth, the Indians were the last ones to want to give up their slaves. Oh, yeah! Wait, you think I'm lying? Oh, look it up, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, you know our humble Indian friends over there that got their land stolen by the colonizers? Well, they sure did participate in the colonizers' slavery. Oh, they sure did like that part. Oh, you guys going to give us some slaves? Oh, you mean we can have some slaves and have some land over here? You guys going to give us? Oh, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, what about you? Tuku, Chief Boohoo? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, believe it, ladies and gentlemen. They had slaves too. And it was black slaves. And my grandfather is one of those people that came from that Creek enslavement period of time. He actually ran away from home and everything. Oh, yeah, because his parents were actually the ones that were enslaved by the Creeks and everything. Oh, yeah. And everything. He probably doesn't know much about that. But, yeah, Creek Indians owned slaves, and so did the Cherokee. And then some of those slaves, after a period of time, they intermingled with those slaves, and out came my granddaddy. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's all there and everything. It just was never told and so forth. But that's what happened. So let's go ahead and continue on with the knowledge that this woman here has got to give.
Here, that was the free men, the free slaves, and the free men, the former slaves, and the free men. They was the one who ran the Republican Party, okay, until Woodrow Wilson. And at the same time, like I said, the vast majority of your black slave owners was the Democrats.
That's right.
Yeah, were the Democrats.
A lot of people don't realize that the KKK was an arm of the Democratic.
They was and then at the same time they became even more popular under LBJ. Right. And then at the same time, because he was a Ku Klux Klan, and I remember because I was 13 years old when I went to that Civil Rights March. Okay, with Martin Luther King, who was a Republican.
Oh, wait a minute. Did she throw out some more truth bombs, ladies and gentlemen? Did she throw out some more truth bombs? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Martin Luther King was a Republican. That's right. He was on the Republican side. He wasn't voting for Democrats. But we all celebrate Martin Luther King, but all you black people, for some reason, voted for Democrats. Didn't Malcolm X say one time in a speech that any black person that votes for a Democrat is a political chump? He said all kinds of stuff about the Democratic Party. He was trying to teach black people back then that the Democrats are not your friends. They're giving you handouts because they want your vote now. Because now they realize that they're going against the grain and doing all this, we don't want the blacks in our schools. We don't want them in our churches. We don't want them in the front of the bus. Oh yeah, we want segregation. We don't want to be around black people. That was all your Democrats. And the Republicans were the ones who were fighting for your rights to be able to, people to go to good schools and so forth. So you guys can go to schools and get really good education. And then whites didn't want you to. And guess who those whites were? That was the Democrats. Shall we go on? Oh, yeah. And one more thing. What she said about LBJ, perfectly 100% true. LBJ, everybody thought that LBJ was cool because he was going to make sure that black people were given governmental treatment, through social programs and things of that nature, the NWACP and all that crazy stuff. Oh, yeah, we'll give these black people what they want. And then, they'll be voting for us. That's how we're going to get them to vote for us. We're going to fool them into thinking we're giving them something. And there'll be a little minute stuff, just a little bit to keep them there. And then, we'll tug them in a little bit here, a little bit there, and then we'll leave them there for a little bit, and then we'll tug them in. As long as they don't come and live in our neighborhoods, though. Can't have that. Yeah, he was the racist of all races because the white man wakes up mighty early in the morning and he gets things cracking in his brain. I'm talking about the racist ones and everything. That's your Democrats who've been lying to you guys, thinking that you guys you're their top priority. No, you're not. Look at what's going on right now, black people. Oh, are you the top priority now? Yeah. Go on.
That's right.
Who was a Republican. All right. The thing is that most of your entertainers, black entertainers and stuff like that, they all voted Republican. And the reason why a lot of the Democrats get into office, because when blacks was able to vote, okay, when they were able to vote, and they knew the Democrats knew that the black people held Republican tickets, they took their tickets out of their hands and put two Democrats in the box. Okay, that's how they got back into the office. The Democrats. Okay, that's how they really remain. Because they stuffed up the ballot box. Just like Al Gore, who was Ku Klux Klan, his father, when LBJ was signing the Civil Rights Bill, his father, the Grand Wizard, okay, was out there having a fit, doing the filibuster. Okay.
I think she could teach a course.
Yes, she can. Yeah.
Could I ask you a couple questions?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an educated black woman that you're watching right now. Okay, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. This woman is educated. So is the sister right next to her. I bet you there's a lot more of these sisters out there and black people. More and more black people are waking up to the real deal. When you listen to somebody who's been around, because she was around during the LBJ time period, during the 60s and all that stuff. She saw what was going on. She saw the real deal. She knows her history. This is education. Take notes, ladies and gentlemen, from black people that know what's really going on. And so forth. Candace Owens and people like Brandon Tatum and everybody that's black that's been trying to tell you this for the longest time, they weren't just talking out the side of their neck and so forth. Now you're hearing it from a lady straight out of Harlem, old school black woman who's giving you the real deal. Think about that shiz. Some of these white kids that have been deluded in the brain, who are thinking that there's all this, racism going on, and we need to bow down to the black man because the black man's they've been just horrifically oppressed, and we need to help them. I feel so guilty with all my white privilege. We laugh at you and your white privilege. All that tells me is that you think you are better than me. When any white person, black people, if you're listening to this, Latino people, if you're listening to this, any white person that ever comes up to you and tells you that they have white privilege, that's your racist. Because they're literally telling you, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. You're black. You're Hispanic. You don't have what I have. You need help. And it's going to take us white people with the privilege to help you. Yeah, that's a form of racism, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let it get flipped in your brain. That's why that CRT bullshit is racist and so forth. Because it teaches white people to feel like they're more superior and they got to kind of bring themselves down to the black man's level. Let's make our tests easier for the black people to pass because us white people are smarter than black people. We're smarter than you Latinos. So we're going to bring in the score testing down so that you guys can make it. Same thing in the military, what they do with women. The men got to wear 100 to almost 200-pound backpacks, where the women only have to wear a 100-pound backpack. Isn't that convenient? Why aren't they wearing 200-pound backpacks? Oh, the men have to do more push-ups, but the women have to do lesser push-ups. No, why aren't you doing 100 push-ups like the man? Oh, they're only doing 50. So this is what I'm saying. We got to bring our standards down to meet them because, we're so much above them. No. If we're equal, we're equal, right? Why do you have to come down to my level? No, I can come up to you, and so forth. But when you say you're smart, that you got white privilege, you're just saying that you're smarter, that you got it better than me because you're white and everything. That might have been the case back in the 60s and further back. Yeah, that was the case back then because guess what? We had a bunch of real racists running the country at the time, and everybody thought they were above black people. They didn't go around saying we got white privilege back then. Did you notice that? I never heard the word white privilege when I was growing up until now. Because it's a way the left tries to re-implement the way they do racism in this country. So don't get it twisted, y'all. Whenever you hear that, that's them putting you down. That's not them putting you up and bringing you up. That's saying, I'm better than you. I have white privilege. I just saw a video the other day where a white girl's in the car and she's literally, because she, in a police car, she got arrested. And she's tripping that she got arrested. I'm white. I have white privilege. Why are you arresting me? She was up there literally saying, if it was I'm not some black kid that's running down the street on a bicycle. You're treating me like a black kid on a bicycle that's from the hood. Really? So she thinks because she's white, she shouldn't be getting treated the way she's being treated. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth comes out in the pudding real quick when you put these people to the test. So these people that keep saying that they're for you black people and they're trying to bow down to you and give you all these white people are just so bad and this and that. These people are stupid. They're demising their own race, and I don't appreciate people that go against their own race. Why would you do that and everything? You can't be cool with your race and another race and all the other races around you, and we can be equal. Don't say, "Oh, I'm white, and so I got to give it better to you. I'm going to give it to you because you're poor." No. Because now you're belittling me and you're belittling my intelligence and everything. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue on with this intelligent black woman.
Because if I may, I voted Democrat my whole life because I believed that they cared about gay people. I believe that they cared about black people, about brown people. I don't believe that anymore. I walked away from the Democratic Party. I created something called the Walkaway Campaign.
Okay. You started it?
I started it. Have you heard of it?
Yes. I heard. Yes. Owens and all the folks. Yes.
Yes. So we made a movie called The Great Awakening, Breaking the Chains of the Democratic Party. It's made with the testimonials of 20 black Americans who have walked away. It's amazing. Why are 90% of black people still voting Democrat when the Democrats don't care?
Because the Democrats made it seem like under LBJ that they was becoming like the Republican. Never mind, the Republican never gave you welfare.
Right.
They never gave you welfare. And the black people said, oh, well, we needed welfare. No, you never did. We was doing fine without it.
That's right.
I think so.
You see that? We were doing fine without it. There used to be a thing called Black Wall Street, ladies and gentlemen. Black people could freaking make money. Don't get it twisted. They had their own businesses, barbershops, dental shops, you name it. They were kicking butt. The entertainment industry among black people was booming. And then the leftists came in there and messed it all up. Not Republicans, leftists, Democrats. When they keep saying, "Oh, that Tulsa thing happened and all that mess that happened when the white man burnt down Black Wall Street." Oh yeah, those are Democrats. Those weren't white Republicans. Those were white Democrats. And I'm going to keep saying Democrats, ladies and gentlemen, because everybody keeps wanting to. The reason why they keep saying, well, we should be in one with the Democrats, and it's no real party. Parties aren't it. Parties are not what's really doing this damage. No, it is the party. It's called the Party of the Democrats. They have never, ever wanted to lose power. And so the way they did it at first was they found out in the long run it was bad business. It wasn't helping them. It was getting worse for them. And so black people were more and more voting Republican. Back in the days after the Civil War, black people went straight to the Republican Party. Why? Because the Republicans were the ones that freed them. Hello? Why would they go over to the side that wanted them in chains still? That's what Joe Biden said. They're going to put you back in chains. No, Joe Biden, it was your party that wanted to put black people in chains. You guys. Don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. These Democrats are lying, thieving, just demonic, evil people. Now, there's some good Democrats. Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to say all of them. But there's some Democrats that are actually willing to really wanted to do something and everything. But then the majority of them, these elites, which are the ones I'm really focusing on, the elite Democratic Party are the ones they're the ones that are pulling your leg. They're the ones that are saying they're for you when they really aren't. Listen to the sister. She tells the truth. Go on, sister. Let's hear some more of your knowledge.
How much fine without it. But since when people know that, because even Booker T. Washington, he talked about why he noticed that how when he did the Tuskegee Institute thing, you had to make your own bed. Okay? So when the rich people wanted to send their kids there, he told them they I guess they put in a note, they didn't want the child to do this and this thing that. He just looked at it, tossed it away, and told the kid, you want a bed? Here's the wood. Okay, make your own bed. He said.
I love that.
And then at the same time, Frederick Douglass.
What she's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is that the Republicans will always say, lift yourself up by your own bootstraps. You don't need handouts. Here you go. You're free now. Get out there and make it happen. This is the American dream we're giving you. Get out there and make your businesses. Do what you got to do to make it out here. We're giving you free reign to do this. But the Democrats were always making it hard on the black man to do that. Even to go and vote. That's the reason why the KKK was created. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, y'all didn't know this? Oh, man. Let me tell y'all something. The Democrats put the freaking KKK in charge to be their strong arm, okay? And what it was technically built for was because black people were going and voting and starting to get into the House. They were becoming House senators. They actually became part of the House, House Congress. And so the Democrats were like, dude, we got to stop these black people from doing this. We can't have this. I got an idea. Let's put some white hoodies on and go there and start burning crosses in front of their house and scaring them from going to the voting booth. Yes, that'll work. And it did work for a while because it was starting to scare black people. Black people were like, oh, man, them KKK motherfuckers are coming at us again. We can't go and vote with them fools all guarding the daggone voting hall. Yeah, that's what they were doing. They're trying to make sure that black people couldn't go and vote. Just like they tried to make sure black people couldn't have guns either. Oh, yeah, you guys want to know this big obsession about taking your guns away? It started there. Yeah, they didn't want black people having guns. You want to know why? Because then the black people could turn the guns back on the guys that are trying to put the guns on them. And they didn't want that. See, a criminal don't want to go in there into an area where there can be police officers, other people with guns. That's not going to be good for them because then that means somebody could shoot back at them. So they go to the places where there's not going to be guns, like gun-free zones. Go on.
Douglason always said, you want to help the black man? Don't. Because they know you give somebody something all the time, just like a child.
Right. They don't want to do
you get something. Right. Earn your keep.
And don't you remember that phrase, teach a man to fish?
Right, you teach him how to fish.
You don't give him a fish.
Okay? Because even Jesus said when they was up after he fed the 5,000 and then they follow and they want to hear. He said, no, you came to me not because you wanted to hear what I have to say and this thing, because I fed you.
Right.
So they want to get fed again for free.
Don't you think it's time for a change?
I do. I really think it's time for a change.
Yeah. And this guy Cuomo, I remember his father. His father was nothing.
Right. Really? Yes, I do agree.
His father was nothing. And he's worse than his father. Talking about he doesn't want a conservative in this, not welcome here. Well, look, I'm not Borg. You ever watch Star Trek?
I don't.
Oh, well, I saw Star Trek. Right. I am not a Borg.
Right.
Okay? Now you go look at Star Trek and find out what a Borg is.
So Borgs were basically a hive, right? The Borg all followed the one central command, and they were all hive-minded, and they all thought exactly the same. That's the Democratic Party. If you don't think the same as the Democratic Party, ladies and gentlemen, then you're an outcast to them, and we had to destroy you. We had to put you under our foot and crush you. And so the Borg would do that. You had to be. They knew if you weren't part of the Borg because you weren't following the Borg. I'm a robot. I follow everything you say. Oh, you say do that. Okay, that's what it is. That's what they are, and so forth. So she's saying I'm not a Borg. This lady is classic, dude. She's classic. Go on, lady. Keep it going.
Yes, you know?
They conform.
I am not a Borg. I'm allowed to have my own mind. I'm allowed to be an individual. God made me an individual. He didn't make me a conglomerate. Okay? If I don't like your thinking, some people say, oh, all of us black people got to stick together.
No,
I said, no, I'm not going to stick together with you because, one, just like all black people don't look alike, I don't have to do what you're doing.
I don't see a D stamped on your forehead.
No. I teach my child the color is not a hindrance. You don't go out there and read a book and study like you're supposed to. Okay? Nobody owes you anything.
I have to go into the Apollo, so
Can I give both of you ladies a hug?
Please do. I'll see you on Wednesday,
adore you
right?
Thanks for talking. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. For more great videos.
Ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Man, that's just great stuff right there. That's what I'm talking about. Black people that know the deal. They're not following the norms of society that tells them, hey, you got to vote the way because you're black. Well, you're black. How dare you not vote for Biden? What did Biden say? You're not black if you don't vote for me? Really, Biden? Who made you the king of the blacks? When he said that line, I thought black people would have woken up. But no, they didn't. They all took it and said, oh, yeah, we hate Trump. No, that guy right there is the king of racists. Don't forget Joe Biden, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Mr. Joe Biden, the guy that a lot of these Democrats and the people in California and New York, all these people that are complaining about the border now, you guys all voted for this flipneck. This guy was a dude who's his two best buddies was Robert Byrd, who was head of the Grand, or he was like a Grand Dragon in the KKK. He actually brought in people into the daggum KKK. He was a recruiter. Right. And then you had George Thurman. Oh, yeah. Remember that guy? He was the guy that was up there preaching to all these white people back in the day, back in the 60s, back in the 50s or so, and everything, telling them, we don't want black people in the churches. We ain't going to have them in our churches. We ain't going to have them in our schools. We ain't going to have them in our banks. We're not going to have them in the Congress. We ain't want these black people around us. Oh, yeah. That was George Thurman. Yeah, he was the head of the movement for segregation and so forth. Oh, yeah, but those were his boys. That's what Kamala Harris was talking about in that debate a couple years back and everything, when Kamala Harris was up there bringing up that whole busing thing. And she brought up his two buddies. Oh, yeah, people miss what Kamala was actually bringing up. Kamala was bringing it up to jack Joe up on the racist thing because she knows the real deal. But she's a sellout, too, because she went and became his vice president. Oh, yeah. It goes to show you how much these people really care about racism and everything. She goes and calls the man a racist on national television, okay, and then becomes his VP. Isn't that ironic? It's rich, ladies and gentlemen. These fools are liars. They're always going to lie. And as you can see what's going on right now in the world, it's almost good that Trump lost the election, ladies and gentlemen, because we got to see, black people got to see what it was like when the country was ran good compared to what it's being run like now. And black people are waking up and actually finally saying, Latino people are waking up. The white people that voted for him as well are waking up to that. And they're realizing, you know what? Trump wasn't so bad. This guy actually did things. He fulfilled a lot of his promises. Even though Ann Cutler, which I'm coming back to that stupid heifer and everything. Yeah, she's up there trying to act like Trump didn't do nothing. And she was the biggest Trump fan back in the day. And then want to complain about the fact she was on some podcast, I think it's PBS or something like that, podcast, lying to these guys, telling them that Trump didn't build the wall. What the heck do you call that on the wall, on the border right now, woman? It really pissed me off. I was like, this woman, you got to be kidding me. And she did exactly what Democrats always do. Everything. Every time they started talking about a subject, like they were talking about the whole thing with the Kevin McCarthy thing and how the Republicans are, basically just oust Kevin McCarthy. Now they need a new speaker. Oh, now she wants to say, that was Trump's fault too. If it's technically Trump's fault. Oh yeah. Oh, the whole thing about the She tried to say that Trump didn't want to bring in the National Guard reserves during January 6th. Yeah, she tried to say that he didn't call for that. Oh, I believe Trump did. He asked Nancy Pelosi a number of times 3 days before that whole thing went down with the January 6th. Yeah, he was asking Nancy Pelosi to put National Guard out there. They ignored it. He has receipts, ladies and gentlemen, that shows that he has a thing saying that they denied it. So she's up there freaking lying through her teeth when she says this stuff. And Ann Coulter, I think, has a vendetta against Trump because she said something about him and Trump came back at her and said something to her. Now her feelings been hurt. So now she's all in for Ron DeSantis. Don't get me wrong. Ron DeSantis is a cool cat and he did a lot for Florida. But Ron DeSantis has a charisma problem and he has a debating problem. He's not the greatest debater. He's great at what he does. Don't get me wrong. And Trump helped him get to where he was and everything. And I think Ron DeSantis would be great after Trump. But let Trump roll his last 4 and everything and get our country back on track and get this woke ideology bullshit that's happening in our culture, in our video games. I'm a gamer, guys. You guys know me, TJ Quick, the ghetto gamer, and I play games. This stuff is going into my gaming industry now. Thing that I love passionately. Movies, I love passionately. Me and my wife, MJ, and everything, we do the TJ and MJ Spend Your Dollar, Save Your Dollar movie reviews. And so now there's a lot of movies that I'm like, dude, I don't even want to watch this. I already know what to review it as. Woke. It's woke before it even gets into the theater. And I'm watching like the Snow White and all this stuff with Star Wars, with Disney Star Wars. It's all whack. The new Ahsoka series thing totally turned out to be horrible and everything because it's women power and everything. Nobody wants to see all that bullshit. You guys keep pushing that in our faces. People are tired of all this woke agenda. They're tired of all this daggum, you want to push trans down people's throats everywhere and so forth. So people got to deal with that all the time as people are sick of it. And you think Christians are tripping on it? Muslims are really starting to trip about this mess being pushed on their children in the schools. So ladies and gentlemen, all in all, what I'm saying is that more and more people are waking up like these 2 sisters here that you saw here in Harlem, and they're not buying this shit. They know what the dealio is, and they think for themselves. And because they think for themselves, they're considered enemy number 1. Oh, you got off the plantation. Oh, you can't do that. Massa, I just saw them 2 sisters run off the plantation. Well, good for you, Toby. I'm glad, Toby, you told me this. Go on out there and get yourself an extra biscuit. And we're going to go get them 2 and bring them on back on here to the plantation. If they don't, we're going to do something to them. That's your Democratic Party, ladies and gentlemen. I'm TJ Quake, yo ghetto gamer, and I'll be back with some more craziness, guys, because there's all kinds of stuff going on. Again, you guys, if you guys like what you saw here, if you guys like what you're hearing, if you like what I'm bringing your way, subscribe and follow our brother right here on TJ Quake's Ghetto Gaming. I'm bringing it to you real because I'm a real brother that brings it from the streets, from the heart. And I love all my people, black, white, Chinese, you name it. All you guys. I love you guys and God bless. God bless more than anything, because ladies and gentlemen, if anything we really need in this country right now, we need God back. We need Jesus back in here. We need God to fulfill our hearts again, because these people are getting mighty demonic, and we're going to need God to bail us out. We need God more than anything else, and that's what's going to get us through this mess. So believe that, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going through the struggle and you're feeling what I'm feeling, know God's with you, and we're going to beat this thing. Let's make it happen. 2024. I'm TJ Quake. I'm 95, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Here we go, I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer, on this gaming thing. Gonna bang 'em up, gonna shoot 'em up, right here on gaming string. Bang, bang, blaze it on up, TJ Quake, we're busting like the 1, 2, 3, here we go. Let's get into this, y'all. Yeah. TJ Quake, the ghetto gaming show.